So gold expansion into just out macroing your opponent.
Yeah.
Alright, so we have Terran infantry armor level 1 and Terran vehicle plating level 2. So I noticed that you went for vehicle plating on the Thor before you went for its upgrade on the weapons. What's your thinking behind that?
Usually what I like to do is, for vehicles, I like to upgrade the armor when I'm fighting Zerg, and the bio, I like to upgrade the weapons. You'll notice that in this game later on, that you'll see like 3-0 on the armor, and then like 1 or 2 or 1 or 3 on the bio for attack, all the way maxed up, and the armor all the way maxed up for the mech. That's basically because Thors are really good at tanking, and I like to tank with those units, especially if Zerglings are coming around, because Zerglings only do like 1 or 2 damage. They don't upgrade at all if you have max armor.
Yeah, so let's just check out the armor on our Thor here. Looks like it's going to have armor 2, so I guess, yeah, armor 4 would put the Zerglings without upgrades at, yeah, 1 damage, so it probably would never go down. I mean, or it takes a while. You have big meat shield. So yeah, you do end up getting that gold expansion up. Very nice there. You will be hopefully repairing that, moving some SCVs to that gold expansion. Yeah, and this is like, I always think this is the better expansion to take for Terran because it's so defendable with a planetary fortress, you know? Like, the choke is such that you're never going to be in a bad position with that planetary fortress. It's almost ideal to have that planetary fortress there with your gold expansion. So yeah, I mean, the Zerg player getting a couple upgrades, getting the fire attacks as well as the missile attacks, so he's looking to go into a macro game, as he did take the 3 o'clock expansion and the gold, although he hasn't saturated with drones, and I feel like that's a result of the beginning of the game where he wasn't able to drone up, and he just doesn't feel right in this position where he's kind of thinking he's playing from behind, so he's being very passive in his gameplay, really not committing a whole lot to the attacks, but he has staved off gear pushes. So let's just watch this a little bit more as we see what's going on. So he's going to be getting level 1 for his melee attacks, as well as putting some mutalisks on the field finally. But you know, he's got the Thors out, and he's got very buffed up Marines to deal with any muta harass, and you do have the turrets in your base, so I don't feel like, you know, you ever needed the turrets, but you obviously have them already prepared. So yeah, we're just moving here into the late game at the 21-minute mark. And remember that the StarCraft game clock is a little bit faster than real time, so keep that in mind when playing your games as well. But always try to time your builds on the StarCraft game clock. So yeah, we have the Terran player Ruff moving up into the Xel'Naga tower. He will be able to get good vision of what the Zerg has on his side of the map. And the Zerg is also going to be counterattacking his gold. Ruff is going to be retreating to defend his gold expansion, which is always a good idea, as Terran is pretty much down a base but does have his gold very well saturated. He hopefully gets that gas up, but yeah, but he has a very formidable army here, moving up with his Thors in the back and his Marine Marauder medevac in the front. Looks like he should be able to take this, although the Roaches are 2-2 upgraded. He does have quite a big army. Let's look at the army tab, as both players are very even right now on their army at 135 apiece. Terran macroing up a little bit better there. Let's look at the income tab, showing that the harvester count is actually larger for the Zerg player, as he does have 54 to 48 for the Terran player. Terran player going to be moving up and using that siege mode to abuse this watchtower, as the watchtower does provide a little bit extra vision for those siege tanks to siege up. And here comes a Roach Muta taking on all these Terran forces. But yeah, look at the Thor, just the armor, just destroying those units and able to take down all those mutalisks with that area of effect. And you're just going to move into that gold expansion. He's going to be able to take that out. The 3 o'clock expansion for the Zerg player is not very well saturated. And let's look at the units tab, showing that the Zerg player has plenty of drones, but no units to fight with. I mean, he only has 2 mutalisks, 3 roaches, and he's just making Zerglings at the moment. But his Zerglings are very weak against this very heavily armor upgraded army. I mean, even the bio is 1-1, so Banelings might help against those Marines, but he's got plenty of Marauders and Thors to soak up any Baneling damage. He's going to be transferring some drones to his 3 o'clock. Hopefully he doesn't get picked off, but this Terran army could move in here. He does scan. I don't know if let's look if he sees the army from the Zerg player. He does see it. He's going to be moving in. The Zerg is going to just crash down on top of him. He's going to move back. He's got the Marauders in front. He greatly moves the Marines back into the back, but they're going to get run down by these Banelings, and the Banelings take it out. The Thors get surrounded, and the Terran is down an army. Let's get an opinion from Ruff. What is he thinking now that his army has been thwarted again?
Well, I wasn't too worried there, because I do have a really large macro setup right now. Like, minerals are just flying in because of that gold expansion. I just macroed up, and now I'm gonna go for another push here in a minute with more, actually, because he's going so Zergling heavy. I decided to get Hellions this time.
Yeah, great counter
with the Thors in the front.
So yeah, the Zerg player looks like he is low on minerals, and finally the Ruff has found this third expansion at the 3 o'clock, so he's going to force the drones off the line. He has no income right now for the Zerg player. He's going to take down this hatchery, and this is going to be really hard pressed to find some units for the Zerg player. The Zerg player is going to actually take his drones down to the south side on the south rim, and 2 meters popping and just getting annihilated by all those units there at the 3 o'clock. So 3 o'clock cleaned up pretty nicely here, so Ruff is in a good position, taking out the 2 crucial expansions that were up and running for the Zerg player, and he's just going to run in here with these Hellions to try to actually bring his entire army, take on this one queen. Will he spot this drones? Yes, he will, so he's going to be able to light up those drones like campfire, you know. Roasted Zerg drones always smell so good on the Terran, for a Terran. Oh, look at this other second force for the Terran player, Ruff stimming all his units to take down those drones. Pretty unnecessary there. But the Zerg player only has some Banelings and Muta, not going to do very well against a pretty mech-heavy army, you know, just Marines to support. He does have 1 control group of Marines, but really, what is that? That's only about, I guess, 1,200 minerals to... Let's look how much his army is worth at the moment. 5,000 minerals, only 1,200 is Marines, so the rest is mech and medevac. And yeah, the Zerg, at the meantime, took his gold expansion, but not going to be up for very long, as this Terran ball is going to just roll it. And he's going to try to get some Banelings here, but it's just not going to work, as the siege tanks are sieging up. He's going to get a nice shot down. Hellions taking out all those Banelings, and the Banelings did take out quite a bit of those Marines, as there's only about 5 left, but just the Thors and the 6 siege tanks are going to clean up. And there's the GG from Destiny. So very good game, Ruff. I appreciate the time you take to commentate here with me.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
This is TheSurgeon signing off. Check us out at therushnetwork.com and my YouTube channel, TheSurgeon TV. Alright, hell on.